Well, you've also come with us this week and you've brought a little villain of the round as well.
Well, I did catch a fair bit of footy and footy shows over the weekend, just doing my due diligence, casting a broad net across all the shows. And, well, this sort of caught my eye from the Sunday footy show, Damo.
You finished 17th last year. You've beaten St Kilda, who no one expects will do anything this year. Stop carrying on. That's Jack Ginnivan. You've played 6 games. Just relax. Earn some respect in the game before you go on carrying on like that.
So that was Kane Cornes referring to Jack Ginnivan and his use of the GoPro that the club had given him. So he didn't bring his own GoPro to the game and decide that he was going to go around filming. He was instructed by his club. Now, I get that Kane finished in 2015, and that's a fair while ago, and his views may be slightly archaic now and a little bit in the cave because TikTok came out in 2016, so that's, the new age player. So I don't have an issue with people referring back to, it's not what we do back in my day, but I think you then have to preface it with a but because you were commentating on the modern day player, not what you did back in your day. It's all about what they do now.
I don't mind. You know what? I sort of tend to agree with Kane.
Do you?
I think the club should put it in a more experienced person's hands. A club that's not his fault. It's not the kid's fault. So I disagree with Kane on that. It's the club's fault for putting it in his hands. They should allow him to just concentrate on the footy and get that part of his...
I'll tell you overreacting, Doug.
Yeah.
It's just a kid caught up in the infectious nature of a winner.
I'm not
game of
overreacting.
footy.
I'm not having a go at him. You didn't hear what I said, so I'm not overreacting.
I did hear what you said.
So I'm saying that the club...
But what's wrong with it?
I just think that they probably should put it in a more experienced person's
While
hands.
Kane's having a go at him, because if Kane had have had a go at the club and said they should have given it to a more experienced player, I probably would have found it hard to disagree with. But if he's going to have a crack at the kid,
I'm saying it's the club's fault, not the kid's fault.
Which is why we're agreeing.
It's a modern age. It's all about connecting with fans. It's a different time. I'm still the old school. I remember we had articles in the newspaper and old Grant Thomas and Ross Lyon used to say, "Oh, geez, you've got your head in the paper. You'd want to get like that's all old school stuff." It's all about connecting with fans through social media. It is a new age. We need to get our heads around it. That's the way you connect.
I get what you're saying there, Joey, and you're right in what you're saying. It is different, but it certainly still does add pressure. If you are a young kid that's only played 6 games, so let's go back to your day and bring it to this day, you still shouldn't be doing double spread, features in the Herald Sun or the Age or whatever. You shouldn't be doing any of that because you're just putting added pressure on yourself. So I once again disagree with what you just said.
Nick Dacos, though, the number 1 draft pick, has a documentary coming out of his process to get that pick. Something along those lines. They followed him around with cameras. So it's just
I would argue Nick Dacos is backing his ability up, and he may well do that. So he might be one that can, and there might be others that can back that up and continue to perform under that. But do you really want to be adding more pressure to your starting your career, and hopefully a long one at that?
I think it's got nothing to do with how he's going to play, Duck. He'll either get the footy next week and he plays, or if he doesn't play, he's got to work harder to get it. Doing the interview after the game.
Hang on. So you don't think? Why do you think players are stepping away from the game because of mental health issues?
Yeah, because blokes like
I
tell you why. No, I tell you why. Because they do. No, because they do outside things.
You're telling them they shouldn't.
Things. No, I didn't.
You're the one saying you're saying the club shouldn't have given it to him.
Listen to me. If there are players that can handle it, then by all means. But does it put added pressure on you? If you're saying to me it doesn't, then I 100%
I'm not saying
disagree.
that, Ducky. Listen to what I'm saying.
Okay, it puts added pressure. If you want to go and do double braid spreads and you want to do, you want to hold the GoPro or whatever you call it, you want to do all of that, it will put added pressure on you. That's all I'm saying.
And I don't think Kane knows Jack well enough to know which case that falls into, so leave the young kid alone.